So wait, let me finish this. I'm almost done. Oh yeah. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, I went. I did my 3 tasks. One I failed at. I didn't get the PR person he wanted me to get, but it was some big personal asshole. And you know, I'm fortified. You know, and I feel good about it. And tonight, or actually Friday, 3 greenlit screenplays end up on my bed. I mean, that's amazing. That doesn't happen to 47-year-old women. Pigs can fly. I don't know. But then again, in the art and the rock world, there's Julian Schnabel, there's Bono, there's my friend David LaChapelle, and they have found ways of earning so that their deaths aren't the chomp-worthy thing in the ids of the consciousness of their dealers. In point of fact, I share an art dealer because we're in an art market where, you know, I draw these pictures and I have an art dealer with LaChapelle. And I've been doing these seriously horrible memory art, you know, I probably won't do a ton of them, but I've been doing these drawings and I've been giving them to Fred Torres, who's David's dealer. It's weird karma for a hippie kid to do that. I feel weird about it. But if one thinks of my despised linseed oils and easels under the TP Douglas fir that of course wasn't uprooted, that I have to attend the San Francisco Art Institute to just get a little trust fund. Yeah, I had a trust fund. It's really small though. But I loathed it, and instead, you know, I spent my time learning guitar, English, and dreaming of going to do other things. But the reason I'm even doing this drawing is because I'm good at it. And I just am. I looked at my Klimniks, I'm like, why did I fuck it? I'm gonna try and do this. So whatever. And because Fred, and that's David's dealer, we were one-on-one about 4 or 5 months ago, and he fired a very distinguished art world mafia household name because he had been informed that he was putting too many LaChapelles in museums. Okay, I don't know how this shit works with art because it's stuff, it's not royalties, but I know what the word burned means, like if a painting is burned. Anyway, the dealer stated that he wished for David LaChapelle's work to, quote, go up over time, which is industry speak for when he's dead, okay? And you know, Fred said to him, I want David to have a good life now. And in that moment, I was so entranced with Fred. That's so rare. I mean, I get that so rarely from people around artists. And so in a very contrary situation to that, to wrap this up, another very famous art dealer who I'm friends with, he's a mentor. I've never bought a piece of art from him. He's just a mentor of mine. It was a few years ago, and he was drifting off to sleep. He was sort of a little stoned. And I asked him, because he was doing a lot of drugs, and I asked him why he was so tormented. And, you know, this yacht, oligarch bullshit. My dick's so big, there's never enough chasing shit. And he said, and he shared this insight with me. And I really want you to value this, because it liberated me to hear it honestly out of a friend. You know, this is somebody I have a very pure relationship. I don't know about his bank account, I don't know about his fucking, I don't know about, it's like him. And he had this OCD sort of thought. And he told me it wasn't from his heart. He doesn't mean to manifest this thought. And it reminded me when he told me this time when I went to some gathering in LA where a bunch of us were supposed to meditate on gratitude. And I kept getting this, you know, I was gratitude, a little naked Vince Vaughn with an S&M hat on. I don't even know Vince Vaughn, but I couldn't stop it. It's like, so maybe that's what he meant by this thought. And the thought was that he wanted the guy that made him so very rich, this very famous artist, to die. And he was very relaxed. And he doesn't want to have the thought on purpose. It was almost like he was torturing him. And especially when the guy was, quote, being a cunt. And I said, why do you think that is? And he said, Court, I will be so much richer, endlessly richer if he dies. I don't want to think like that, but it's just a fact. And I went, but you're crazy rich. And you know, I was kind of playing a little more naive than I am, but I wanted to hear this. You know, I want to hear this truth. And I said to my friend, at that point I'd read somewhere, 1 billion rupees or pesos or whatever the fuck it is, it was a billionaire. You know, why? And he goes, Court, at this level, can you imagine that phrase? At this level. I've been on a few yachts, you guys, at this level, okay? Okay, I mean, ABC no Rio, yachts, you know, you do the math. Okay, at this level, your boat must be big enough. Your women beautiful enough. Your women bigger. Your drugs the best. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. So, this is my last page. I have to finish what happened that night. Hold on. Where to go? It's really easy. 9. Oh, here we go. But wait, there's this thing, I said to him. It's called enough. Isn't there a thing? It's like enough, right? Enough. Like, I have a number. It's a big fucking number, but it's a number, you know. And a new friend of mine last night, a psychiatrist, said, yes, but for them, for these guys that endlessly chase this crazy money stuff, it marks death. So to say, I'll be happy with 100 million or 10,000 or 100,000 or shit, a gold card, be really happy with a Visa, a $5,000 limit one, be great. But anyway, you know, there's this enough thing, and that it represents death to them somehow. I mean, maybe it represents it to me too, I don't know, but for me, as long as the work is really good, as long as the song is excellent, I know it is. Listen, I put a record out 2 years ago that made $19,000 over 2 years, and it's a masterwork. I don't give a shit if you know who I am or you don't, and you live through this, suck it. Nobody's Daughter is so much better. And I could get into the $34.4 million imaginary dollars and the guy that hung himself, sponsorship, blah, 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 but I won't. It just didn't sell, had no marketing. And the play is not the thing. You must have the marketing and the agent and this, that. So, you know, it's your relationship to your failure that makes your character, in any case, as we know. But as long as, and the drawing is from the heart, and no one's really being a dickhead, everything's fine. You know, I mean, I don't understand. I'm trying to figure it out, this enough thing. And anyway, I seem to attract these rich guys. Like, you're in Manhattan, you kind of have to get over hating them. I mean, there's that great line in Amadeus where Salieri says to his singer that Mozart's really ugly, and the girl goes, women of taste only prefer talent. It's sort of my thing. I you know, the money thing I don't understand, but I'm trying to learn a little about it. They come to me, a few, to fix their addictions. Sometimes they want to talk about integrity or purity. Me and Fred were out in London with Billionaire Joe, collector guy, and he was all about process, meaning that I'd done the drawing in the toilet, therefore it was more, whatever. You know, I mean, seriously, process, some shit with this art thing. Anyway, and sometimes they just need a quick, uncomplicated buddy hump, and if that's I'm in the mood for, I'm not that prejudiced. But rich guys, they took a little of my personal snobbiness to get over hating their fucking guts. You can't really help it, like I said in New York. I mean, billionaires are people too. And so, you know, they tend to become insane, more so than with fame. I mean, I know a few of these stealth mockers. Wikipedia, 121 words. Okay, these are the real motherfuckers, right? And I only got to know them really recently because I've been a good girl, done all the right things, right? And the sociopathic, toxic narcissism. I'm not talking about my narcissism. I know what kind of narcissist I am. I'm a really bad narcissist. But this is malignant narcissism. This is where I want to hurt people. This is where I want to prove I'm the most powerful person in the room at all times. You know, it's significance seeking, it's power mad, it's cocaine psychosis, I mean, I've seen all of this stuff with these guys. And I think that everyone, I love my friend that inadvertently wishes that his partner was dead. And so, like I said, it was so liberating to hear that I'm not paranoid, that they do want us dead. Okay, that made me feel good, and they want us dead. After all, it means to me, it's freeing to know that we have to fight to make great work and a great life and a great death, and leave a great legacy and have a good mission, achieve excellence and deep, I guess what we call human revolution, and that art, like life, is war. That's it. Thank you.